Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is December 15th and it is 6:37 p.m. So today this video is dedicated to the person who loves very deeply. And I want to make this video because I am in fact that person who loves very, very deeply. And I feel like there are a lot of people out there that might resonate with what I'm going to say and my experiences, because I've had a lot of experiences where people did not appreciate the way that I loved. And so for a long time, I kind of closed off that part of me. I was very loving, and it was more for I guess, just so I wouldn't continue to get hurt. But that part of me is still there. She is here and she will continue to be here. And people would tell me that I live in a fairy tale, that the way that I love is not real, it's unrealistic. But I now know that that was a reflection of the love that those people lacked, and has nothing to do with the love that I have and the love that I'm able to give, because I've come to realize that the way that I love is very, very rare and very deeply. And I wouldn't change the way that I love for anything. I absolutely love the person that I am. And I've come to find out that, or I've come to realize that the way that I love is a superpower. There's nothing wrong about me. It doesn't mean that I am too much. It just means that I have a big heart and I love very deeply. So this YouTube video is for those who are on that path as me. So I want to start off by saying, just because you want to love somebody, because you guys know I'm on my own. I've been on my own 4 months, going on 5 months now, and it's been almost half a year. Almost, not yet. I got 2 months to go. That's a stretch. Let's not say that yet, but I've been on my own. I've always been on my own since I was 19, but I lived on my own for going on 5 months now. And I come from a relationship that it wasn't like we weren't in love with each other. And so it's weird because I am now in a place in my life where I'm alone, and I love my solitude, and I love being alone, and I've done the work and I've healed the work. I wasn't healing the moment that I left that relationship. I was healing 7 years ago. You know what I mean? And then so when I was in the relationship, I was healing that part of the relationship, because if I'm being honest with you guys, a year before the relationship ended, I was kind of checked out. I just didn't have the strength enough to leave. So since I was checked out, I was healing that part of me that felt like I wasn't lovable. And so I've healed that, so it was a little bit confusing now that I'm living on my own, feeling these emotions of wanting, to find someone to love so deeply, because, I talk to people, or I talk to myself, and I'm like, Irene, you just got out of a relationship. But the thing is that I've realized that I was healing in that relationship because I was checked out. So, I was healing things as if I was alone, because I still was self-employed, and he would go to work and I wouldn't see him till like 5 p.m. So I had all day to be alone, and I healed. I did it unintentionally. I was doing it. I love being alone. I do believe that I have more time to be alone, that I have to be alone longer. I do believe that, and I'm going to do that. But I now know that if I choose to find somebody, okay, let's put it this way. I know the universe isn't going to send me somebody until I'm ready. And I know that me and that person are in preparation for each other right now. I don't know who it is, though. I don't even know if I've met them or haven't. But I know that to that far of the extent, because you guys know I do have psychic abilities and stuff. So I know that. But I also know that me being me, and me, the best thing I can do for that is to be myself, is to come on here and, be who I really am, and help spread love to everybody and healing to people who need it, because that is a big pathway. for me and that person. So that's exciting news. I know that. I know that the person is going to see me and they're going to love the person that I am. And I also know that this next relationship that I am going to encounter, and I have no idea when it's going to happen, right? Because I have to focus on myself. And so, the universe is teaching me the lesson to just, Irene, stop thinking about that. Think about yourself. Focus on yourself. Put yourself first, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing it, but I can see that narrative being played out in my life at the moment. Because I used to be so codependent, and I'm not anymore. I'm actually hyper independent, which is weird. I used to be codependent, and then it turned into hyper independency. So over the past years, so I'm like incredibly hyper independent. But on another topic, all I know and all I understand from spirit is I need to be myself. I need to do that, because this love that I'm going to get in this lifetime, the next love, isn't going to be a lesson type of love. I've learned all those lessons from my previous relationships. Those were all built up. I needed that to create the person that I am today for this type of individual, right? Because the more you heal, the more you grow. The universe places people in your path who are aligned with you. So you can't have a healthy relationship until you and that person have grown and learned and have healed yourself. So then finally, then you guys can come together and love each other. On another topic, I am a very, very deep lover. And, I'm talking about this because love has been in the topic of my mind lately. And I really, really, really have a lot of love in my heart. And I was never in love with anybody, you guys. I had a boyfriend in high school, but that was really toxic because of me. That was the most toxic part of me. And I feel bad that he got that part of me. And I guess we were like puppy love, like little kids, but that's all I ever went. And then my previous boyfriend, we were never in love. So I've always known that I was meant for a great love because I've grown up. I used to plan my wedding and get so excited about, fantasizing about just being in love. Like just being in love and, The Notebook and all those love movies we watch. I'm capable of feeling those emotions. Like I feel that. And that's why people used to tell me that it's in a fairy tale. But then I was like, how is it in a fairy tale if I can feel these things? Like if I feel it and I know that it's real, how are you telling me the way that I feel is fake? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I've learned that I just am capable of loving to that deep emotions, level of emotion. And I love that about myself. I used to hate it, but I love that about myself so much. And so if you're somebody who loves to that deep of an intensity, I don't want you to let people make you feel bad for that type of love. I don't want people to make you feel bad for loving so deeply. And I'm not saying like love them to the point to where you're suffocating them. And there's like a healthy type of limit. But I'm just talking about the person that just loves, that is selfless and loves. That's me. I would do anything for the person that I truly love. And I'm 26 and I want to be in love. I really do. And just because I want to be in love doesn't mean that I can't love myself. Because that's another narrative that people have tried to put upon me. They're saying, well, find that love within yourself. Find that love within yourself. And I have, though. That's the thing. Like, I feel like there's a difference between, yes, there are people who want to love because they haven't healed, so they're loving other people to fulfill that lack of healness. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to close my door. The refrigerator came on, but yeah, as I was saying before, there's a difference between, coming out of a relationship and not healing yourself and not working on yourself, and then jumping to another relationship to fulfill that lack of love that you have for yourself. But I've done the work. I've spent 7 years working on myself. I've done the work. So now I know that I've done the work, I've done the healing, I have nothing toxic to give to anybody. I want to finally have a healthy type of love. And, you know, to whoever I'm gonna love next, I just want you to know that I will never hurt you. And I am a very loving, giving person. I will give you the whole world if I could. And that's the type of person that I am, you guys. I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's not a shame, but, or maybe I do. You know, I talk to my spirit guides and I'm like, it's such a shame that I have all this love and I just don't have someone to give it to yet. And I give it to myself, yeah, but I'm talking in a romantic type of sense. Like, I don't have anybody to give it to yet. Like, it's a shame that you guys are making me wait for this big love, you know, which I know is coming, but I know that I needed to work on myself in order to get there. That's the thing. Like, I see the bigger picture of it and I see why it took this long. I just want to let you know that it's okay to love deeply. It feels good. There's nothing wrong with it. And if people don't appreciate your love, well, then maybe they're not the one for you, you know, and that's fine. Sometimes the universe removes people to place better people in your life, and I've learned that, and that's okay. And like I said before, don't like be unhealthy with the love, you know, don't love to suffocating and like past people's boundaries, you know, like of course respect people's boundaries, but if you're healthy and you worked on yourself, you know, and you just see people not appreciating you, then you know that it's time to move on, and that's okay. I don't know, guys. Love has really been on my mind lately, and I don't think it's coming soon. I don't know. I've tried to channel it, and I get nothing. I don't think I'm supposed to know, to be honest. Because I probably might mess it up. I don't think I'm supposed to know when it's coming, but I have a feeling that it is. But I also have a feeling, like I said, that I have to spend a little bit more time alone first. A little bit more time alone, because I do kind of have... Okay, there is one thing I need to fix. I have an anxious attachment style. I do need to fix that. So I'm fixing that now, actually. I've seen it come up a lot now that I'm alone, but I feel like once that is fixed, you know, the universe will decide that I'm ready. But I do have an anxious attachment style. And that comes from wanting to be loved, you know, as a child. And so when I'm shown that type of love, I kind of grasp onto it because I don't want to let it go. And the old me would grasp onto it harder and longer, but the me now kind of understands to let it go. You know, whatever happens, whatever is meant for me is meant for me. Nothing or no one is going to get in the way of what's meant for me, and I know that. So I think that's the one thing that I have to heal a little bit more. But other than that, I understand. I'm not toxic anymore. Thank God. Your girl used to be a crazy bitch. I used to be a crazy bitch, you guys. And I'm so glad that not a lot of people got that version of me, because that version of me was incredibly unhealed in love. And like, I was so hurt. I was a hurt individual. I thought everybody was out to hurt me. Any little thing would hurt my feelings, and any little thing would make me feel unloved. Yeah, I remember, unloved. And that's because I didn't really know what it was to be loved unconditionally growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I know that my parents loved me, but when you grow up with trauma and you're a child, you don't really understand. You know what I mean? You don't really get it. You don't really get love. You don't really understand what that looks like, because the trauma kind of triumphs over that. And the survival mode of being in that every single day of my life didn't make me see that that was capable or reachable or attainable. And as a child, it makes you feel like you aren't capable of being loved, because your brain is growing and you're learning all these connections, and so that's what connects in your brain, you know. You don't really get it. So that, you know, the younger version of me was just incredibly unhealed and unloved, and she was just hurt by everything and everyone. I was hurt by everything and everyone because I didn't understand, or my thought process back then was just like, why don't people love me enough? You know, why am I not loved? Or all of this stuff. And yeah, I know that that's not true anymore, but I felt that on a very deep level of like not understanding why people didn't want me, which I'm pretty sure I made it worse in my head, but but yeah, so the younger version of me, the teen version, the college version of me, you know, was just like really going through it and healing herself. But the version of me now is very much aware that if people don't want me, then it's their loss and it doesn't bother me anymore. You know, if people don't love me, then that doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of love, because I love myself, and that's enough. I don't need somebody to love me to validate me anymore, you know? So I healed that part of me, and now that I am love and I love myself, I want to finally love somebody else, because how the hell are you going to love somebody else if you can't love yourself, right? That's RuPaul. It's okay to love deeply, and it's okay to want to be loved. Obviously, I don't know, like I said, don't try with people who don't appreciate you, but when the right person does appreciate you, I want to let you know that it is safe to love them back. And don't let your heart grow cold because people treat you shitty. Don't ever change. Do not, you know how people say, I match energy. The energy you give me is the energy I give you. No, 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 no. Do not lower yourself for other people. Always stay as you are. Never do that for 2 people, 4 people. Don't let people make you sour. Stay as you are. And if they don't see it, then they could just leave. It's crazy how like the whole world is about love. And like if you look at like in the 2000s, all the music was about love and shit like that. And you know, all the TV shows were about finding love, and it's money, sex, love, whatever, I don't know, that runs the world, right? But yeah, like love is such a big fucking thing. That is insane. Well, because love is such a powerful emotion, you guys. Gratitude is the strongest emotion, I believe, in the universe, and love comes right next to it. Love and gratitude are incredibly strong emotions to have and to obtain. Yeah, so I feel like that's why a lot of people want to feel that, because it makes us feel good. It sends a sense of endorphins and serotonin like through your body. To be in love is like a high. To be in love is like you're on clouds. To be in love is the best thing in the world, right? And it is. Like I would want abundance and love and finances, and you know, I'm happy as I am, honestly, but abundance and love is such an amazing fucking thing to have. And I have that abundance. I love myself, I love my siblings, I give that to the people that I can. But man, one day your girl's gonna find out what it is to actually be in love. One day, maybe soon, maybe not, I have no fucking clue. But when I do, you best believe that I'm gonna give this man the whole fucking world and everything. And I will never, ever, ever, ever hurt this motherfucker intentionally. I will never do it intentionally, no. But you best believe that I am very, very, very much one of a kind when it comes to love. And I would do anything and give anything. I'm so selfless, you guys. I'm so selfless. It's insane. But for now, your girl is just in hermit mode, living alone in her beautiful apartment, talking to the universe, reading some books, you know, dancing in my living room on my free time. And yeah, in the midst of this, I've learned to really love myself, and I love myself a lot. Man, life is amazing. I could never imagine my life being this so fucking good, you guys. My life is so good, so good. Ugh, and I was so sad. I used to be so sad. I could have never have saw the point where life was gonna be this amazing, but it is. So until then, I'm gonna keep doing me and living my life and being the purest form of Irene. Because the purest form of Irene is a bad motherfucking bitch, a spiritual baddie, a loving person, and somebody who will never let her heart grow cold, even though people have fucked her over in the past. So that's all I gotta say for now. I love you guys, and I will see you next video. Bye.